The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Well, Coach Dave Yeager on the bench for the Grizzlies, as always. He's a coach who completely embodies the roster and franchise that he works for. And what can you say about Yeager's approach and how he handles his team?
He's not a guy that's going to be flapping his arms around. He's very quiet, hardworking, probably overlooked on how good a coach he is because his demeanor is so calm. But he's got a very practical approach. You know, everything he does. He's not flashy, but he's very effective, guys.
He embraces analytics, and he wants things to be backed up with facts when he's making his decisions.
Do you embrace analytics as well, Dr. O'Neal?
No, I do not.
Why not?
No such thing.
What do you mean?
No such thing.
Sure there is.
It's not.
There's advanced stats, analytics.
What did you look at? What did you look at?
Smets.
What did you look at?
I looked at you in your eye.
And said if you could play, you could play.
I looked at you in your eye and determined if you were going to be barbecue chicken, fried chicken, or souffled salmon.
When you look at me in my eye, what do you see?
Lasagna.
You guys are making me hungry again.
Let's go to Kevin
You look
Harlan.
Italian today, Ernie.
Here in San Antonio, the Tower of the Americas, standing 750 feet tall in the center of Hemisphere Park. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time it's the San Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. And it's going to be the Grizzlies off the tip. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they could have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Aldridge, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And guys, remember, LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and missed 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Now here's Duncan after the Marcus Olmis. Here's Parker. The shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Lee with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. Good-looking screen by Gasol. The drive by Lee. Gasol dishes to Randolph and misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
In the corner, Randolph with it. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound. Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points. And Marc Gasol, surprisingly nimble for a 7-footer. He really moves his feet well at both ends of the floor.
The free throw off from Gasol. And when you look at Marc Gasol now versus when he came into the league, remarkable how that body of his, Clark, has transformed.
Kevin, he changed his diet and he dropped a bunch of weight. Believe it or not, he even grows vegetables at his house. He's really gone all in on the transformation of his body.
Clark, good information.
Yes, sir.
How'd
That's
you
what
know
we
all
do.
that stuff?
That's what we do here.
Woo.
Info and entertainment.
And he's able to get it back. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Still looking for their first basket. 5 misses to start the game.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Lee with the ball. Out to the wing. Some nice passing there by Memphis. 4 on the shot clock. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now. The defender was spinning around like an agitator in the washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
Now here is Conley. Green kicks to Lee. Dishes it to Gasol. No one near Conley as he lets it go. No good on the triple.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Now here's Leonard. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
A real struggle to shoot the ball in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's been ugly. I mean, really ugly. They need to find a way to get a few easy baskets to try to build some confidence and some momentum.
Lee kicks to Conley. The drive by Lee. And Randolph with the basket on the assist by Lee. Randolph's got his second bucket of the night.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. To the paint. And Gasol sends it back. Pushing it up. Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got 5 points so far.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Now here's Parker dunking outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Leonard. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
And it's Conley penetrating. Shoots from the baseline. It's Gasol missing. Spurs trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
Scoring-wise, a really sluggish start for him, guys. I mean, just 2 for 7 overall.
Here's Conley. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And guys, one thing sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
That's good from Conley. And for Mike Conley, growing up, he played on some tremendously talented teams. Guys like Greg Oden, Josh McRoberts, his teammates.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he never had to really look for his own offense to win games with those kind of players around him. He came into the league more focused on setting up his teammates, and that's what he does well.
And he makes both free throws.
And the Grizzlies, guys, a powerful post-play team. Mike Conley, though, is still the straw that stirs the drink. I mean, he may be the most underrated point guard in our league. His quickness and ability to penetrate the lane brings a great balance to their offense.
Now here's Conley. Feeds it to Gasol. Out to Conley. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. And Randolph now top of the key. Can't capitalize on the good screen. And Conley at 6'1", about 175. Pretty slight frame, but Clark, he doesn't get pushed around.
Well, he embraces the team's tough defensive style. He gets into you, racks up steals, and he's really a committed defender.
Here's Parker. Over in the corner, Green. No good on the triple.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
Yeah, I don't know, though, Clark. That defender was on him like glue on that possession. That would have been a heck of a bucket, even though we've seen him hit those in the past.
Parker against Green. Here's Leonard. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. Conley kicks to Randolph. On the wing, Green. Back to Randolph. And stolen by Aldridge. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Memphis.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in the final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time.
Memphis leading by 6. Here's Hudrick. Gasol a screen. Udrich the pass to Wright. He feeds it to Udrich. Clock at 6. Memphis moving that ball around. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Barnes has got his first basket of the night. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Udrich. And Mills kicks to Diaw. Barnes against Leonard. With the fadeaway. And Wright pulls it down.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Good looking screen by Gasol. To the inside. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich. And now a 10-point Grizzly lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
And so it's Memphis with it. Diaw missing his last shot. And right, here we go. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Clark, Brandon Wright was moving all over the league last year, all over the map, traded twice, once from Dallas to Boston, then again sent to Phoenix where he finished up the season.
Kevin, he was only with Boston for 8 games after the trade. He seemed to find a better home when he was with Phoenix.
And for Wright, being traded twice, he's one of those players that is so efficient but in small doses. So really the ultimate bitch guy to come in and give you minutes in the post.
And so Wright nails both of them.
You know, I think that will ultimately be Wright's role going forward. A great bench option. Despite all the trades, last year he was still extremely efficient as a scorer.
Now here's Mills. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Out to the right wing. A 3 from Leonard. Again, Leonard missing.
He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
Now Udrich. Wright sets a screen. At the elbow, it's Gasol. Can't get it to go. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Here's Mills. San Antonio again missing. Allen dishes to Udrich. Good looking screen by Gasol. Udrich up top. He's covered by Leonard. And Wright kicks to Gasol. West with the steal. Leonard the pass to Ginobili. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Udrich dishes to Wright. Gasol a screen. Wright the pass to Gasol. They set the pick. Kicks it to Udrich. Rebounded by Manu Ginobili.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Shots good from West.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Allen. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And that one no good to start him off on the night. Here's Leonard. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Vince Carter, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. The Spurs have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Spurs trail by 10. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He brought up Marc Gasol, a kind of sleeper player he thinks could give them trouble. Coach said he's a guy 7 foot plus. He's very skilled, can shoot and finish over either shoulder, and he doesn't shy away from contact. He's a guy you have to really pay attention to. And I've told our guys, we can't let him have a big game. Fellas, we'll see how they do against him.
And as always, Doris, thank you.
So far, his shot selection has been questionable. A lot of tough, contested shots. If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
On defense, the Grizzlies. 10-point lead. And the stuff by West.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Now here's Allen. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. A baseline J. That's short off the rim. So it's the Spurs now. Pass to Mills. Carter with the block. They retain possession. They get it back. Diaw can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And Carter has it in the corner. It's hauled in by Diaw.
Well, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Ginobili against Allen. Shoots it up. Ginobili can't hit.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Here's Allen. No good off the back of the rim. Mills. And that does it for the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 8. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence, and that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Ginobili out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the San Antonio 5. Carter with the bucket.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Spurs trail by 10.
Boy, the Grizzlies had a good shot at winning their division last year. Ended up only one game behind the Rockets at the end of the season. Tough pill to swallow for them.
Aldridge, and it's good on the assist by Parker.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
And for Memphis, they're shooting well. They're at 45%. Carter kicks to Randolph. And the layup's good off the glass. Randolph's got 6. And for the Grizzlies, it would have been their first Southwest Division title ever last year. They remain the only team in the division to not win it yet. Houston won it last season.
Yeah, and they only went 9-7 last season within the division. That was still the best in-division record in the Southwest. Every other team went 8-8 or 7-9.
Here's Randolph following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. And that one's good.
They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
Screen by Duncan. In the corner, it's Ginobili. No one near him. And another basket for San Antonio. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Conley dishes to Carter. Green, the screen. Carter drives in. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Carter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Ginobili. 6 on the shot clock. Aldridge can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Conley kicks to Green. Just his first attempt. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Carter's got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Well, you have to respect the way Vince Carter has just aged gracefully. A superstar in his day, Clark. You knew his game so well. Even in his late 30s, he's still getting it done.
Got a lot that he brings to the table still, Kevin. I mean, not just to score. He can pass, defend, rebound, and not to mention his veteran leadership and savvy.
And now Dorisburg has an update from the sidelines.
During that break, Coach Dave Yeager had some words for his team. He was intent on running the offense through Randolph. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And also, guys, Vince Carter is tireless in what he calls his old man workouts. I mean, keeping his body healthy and up to the challenge of the long NBA season. Not to mention holding on to some of that bounce from his younger days. Every now and then, he'll give us a little taste of Vinsanity.
Green passes to Parker. Good work defensively by Conley.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Passes it to Green. Nobody near Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. Spurs trail by 10. Parker kicks to Ginobili. Aldridge with a screen on Lee. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. Good on the triple. Ginobili's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, a fantastic job by Aldridge to lay into that defender on the screen.
Barnes dishes to Green. He kicks it to Randolph. From 8. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Randolph's got 10 points in the game.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Conley against Parker. Duncan gets a wide open look, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 5 assists tonight. Memphis leading by 7. Conley kicks to Randolph. A rebound by the Spurs. Duncan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Green, the pass to Duncan. Ginobili dishes to Duncan. And that one's good. Duncan's got his third basket of the night right there. For Memphis, they've gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Now the pass to Lee. Memphis moving it around. Here's Green. Hits the outside fadeaway. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
Parker against Conley. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Green. Back to Parker. Just 5 to shoot. There's the triple. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Outside Conley. He dishes it to Randolph. Over in the corner, Barnes. They get it back. Green. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. For Memphis, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, you take a look at this group of Spurs and you wonder if they've peaked. I mean, it seems you say that a lot with this team, and they prove you wrong. What Popovich said last year, he feels it might actually be the case.
Now here's Parker. Puts it up from 12. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Conley, the pass to Barnes. And there's the feed to Green. Conley for 3. No good. So the Spurs will take it the other way. You know, one thing about this San Antonio team, they just didn't go away last year. Pop himself said he felt they peaked in the 2014 finals.
You know, and you wonder if what Pop said is true. Spurs lost in the first round last year, and they'll be going through a lot of changes in the near future. And with the way they run that organization, they'll still be competing, I believe, for quite some time. And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And really, the Grizzlies might have dropped to 5th in the West in the final week, but they were near the top for most of last season. Often could be found in that 2 spot.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Leonard, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Green. Marc Gasol's checked in for the Grizzlies. Allen comes in for Courtney Lee. Here's Mills. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Parker dishes to West. The turnaround. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Barnes kicks to Conley. Fires for 3. And he gets it to go. Conley's got 5 points so far.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Now here's Diaw. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And here are the Grizzlies. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Conley kicks to Gasol. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Now we know that Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
First free throw is good.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Brandon Wright's checked in for Randolph. And it's Udrih in for Mike Conley. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
And the basket by Diop.
A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Gasol a screen. Udrih the pass to Gasol. 18 feet out. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. And that's now 9 points for Marc Gasol. Spurs trail by 13. And Parker, here we go. It's tipped.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Here's Udrih, covered by Parker. Rebounded by the Spurs.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot.
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
Here's Udrih. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. That's good from Gasol on the assist by Allen.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
Parker, right side. Rejected by Gasol. Allen, that's good. Allen's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Now, here's Mills. Parker outside. Drains the three-pointer. Parker's got his second basket of the night.
This quarter for him, 7 shots with just 1 make to show for it.
Here's Udrih. He's covered by Leonard. 1:52 left now here in the second. Udrih dishes to Gasol. David West grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Parker, here we go. And the shot is good. Parker's got 7.
And you can see when he has the basket in his sights, he's going to attack. And once he's in tight, he is a terrific finisher.
And now, your Spurs dance team.
And Memphis making a change here. Carter's checked in. Mills with the steal. Parker outside. Pass to Mills. The dish now to Diaw. Gasol against Leonard. Parker up top. Passes it to Diaw. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to find Parker. He's got it now.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
At the line for your Spurs, Tony Parker. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
That one is no good.
Looking at the game Parker's been having, he has 8 points and 5 assists.
And Udrih kicks to Carter. Lets it go. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age. Clark, we've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
For a long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big three, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big three recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely. Here's Udrih. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 13 feet away. Offensive rebound. No good, unable to end this run. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Mills kicks to Parker. Leonard on the wing. And stolen by Udrih. Here's Allen. That's good. And it's Udrih with the assist that time. Udrih has got 4 assists in the game. And here is Parker. And no good trying to get that one. And we've reached halftime in this one. Memphis out in front, up by 10. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Coach, you're going to have to climb a bit of a hill here in the second half. What are you telling your guys they need to do to turn this thing around?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and they've got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you at the table.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. What a performance so far tonight by Zach Randolph. He had 12 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. It's been one outstanding game from Zach Randolph.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you know, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
Spurs trail by 10. Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. And it's Gasol and at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here's Parker. Just 5 to shoot. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Here's Aldridge. And that one comes up a bit short. Memphis leading by 10. Outside Conley. Dishes to Randolph. Puts it up from 17. And that one falls coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got 3 assists tonight. The Spurs shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Outside Aldridge. That doesn't go either for Aldridge. Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Now here's Green. Jeff Green missing his last shot. Leonard. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Leonard's got 13.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Gasol with it. Leonard picks him up. The 8-footer. And that one hits back iron. And the success we've been mentioning with Coach Dave Yeager. He was the second fastest active coach to get to 100 wins.
And Kevin made his way in terms of coaching, started in the D-League and other minor leagues before becoming an assistant with the Grizzlies, and really was the architect, if you will, of the defense that his team is so well known for. He's done a lot for this franchise and looks to be on track to become their winningest coach ever.
Now here's Leonard following the miss by Zach Randolph. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Lee gets to Gasol. Puts up the baby hook. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Zebo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
And, you know, for Randolph, he's been in the league so long and still puts up double-double numbers. Average a double-double in 8 of his last 10 seasons. Remarkable.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Aldridge. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Conley, the pass to Randolph. Tries to save it. Now here's Parker. 8 points for him. Double team on Parker. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark.
And for Zach Randolph, At his experience level, to put up 15 and 10 or better, the last player to do that back in 1999. So it's a rare feat.
Timeout Spurs. Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up to the Spurs dance team.
Here's Duncan. He has 6. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And he gets it to go. Duncan's got 8.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Conley into the lane. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 13. Parker against Conley. Parker dishes to Aldridge. That is good. Aldridge has got 4 this quarter.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Conley kicks to Green. Randolph against Duncan. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Conley with it. He's got 7, and the wide open shot from Green. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Duncan outside. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Some great play by LaMarcus Aldridge tonight. 10 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one misses. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Now here's Duncan, following the miss by Michael Conley. Ginobili kicks to Aldridge. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Conley with it, picked up by Aldridge. Outside, Green to the right side. Randolph passes to Green. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Good. 10 points for Parker.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Conley. He's got 7. Randolph, no one around him. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight. Conley against Parker. Duncan with the screen for Parker. No luck. Good work defensively by Conley. Grizzlies have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Green dishes to Lee. And it's Conley penetrating. Back to Lee. Left side Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Randolph kicks to Lee. Here's Conley. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Conley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim. Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Outside, Green feeds it to Gasol. Tries from 16. Rebound, San Antonio. Ginobili's got his 5th rebound in this one. Right side, Aldridge. Lets it go from 14. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
Different look now for San Antonio. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Mills in for Parker. Memphis also making some changes. Wright, he's checked in for Gasol. Carter comes in for Jeff Green. And Allen subbed in for Lee. Randolph draws the double. Wright outside. He feeds it to Conley. Kicks it to Randolph. 4 on the clock. Rebounded by the Spurs. And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
West a screen on Allen. And Mills kicks it to West. And the Spurs scoring again.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Allen. Pass to Carter. Wright sets a screen. Lets the 3 fly, and he gets it to go. 10 points for Vince Carter.
And for the Grizzlies, they had to be encouraged by Randolph's play after signing him to that extension. I mean, he'd been set back by the knee injury, but he came back in a big way.
Here's Mills. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Diaw. Some solid defense from Randolph.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And Randolph happy to be back in Memphis. He said, this is home. This is where I belong. And look, he's helped establish this team as a power in the Western Conference. And for me, this is the right place for him to be.
Here is Carter after David West's bucket. The shot's good from Carter. Carter's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Shots good from West.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Randolph sets a screen for Carter. Over to the wing. Outside Conley. Wright with a screen on Green. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Memphis.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
That one misses from Mike Conley. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for San Antonio. Here's Conley, 11 points in the game. To the inside, Wright. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feed. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. West a screen on Conley. 1:39 left in the third. West a screen on Conley. Here's Mills. And it's Randolph with the rebound.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now, here's Randolph. 16 points for him. Good!
Assisted by Michael Conley.
1:16 left in the third quarter. One bit of news for the Grizzlies last year is that they acquired a single affiliation deal with a Clark, a D-League team, which you think is going to help them.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that team is the Iowa Energy. They're a sole partner now with the Iowa Energy. Good move by the team in what is becoming a growing trend in the NBA.
Leno Udrich, he's checked in for Mike Conley. And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Wright with a screen on Leonard. They set the pick. The shot by Carter, nobody around. And the 3 off target. Spurs trail by 14, and Mills kicks to Leonard. Randolph against West. Back to Leonard. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
Good on the shot. And that's 20 points for Zach Randolph.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Ginobili against Allen. Ginobili, that's good.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Grizzlies lead by 14. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. And the Grizzlies leading by 14. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the small forward spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Now here's Parker. Jeff Green missing his last shot. Parker passes to Leonard. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Now here's Parker following the miss by Tony Allen. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Defense has been a little soft, allowing them some operating room inside here in the second half, and they're taking advantage of it, which is what they should do.
And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Memphis. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw in the playoffs last year, Greg, I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Spurs trail by 11. Parker dishes to Green. Duncan kicks to Parker. Leonard on the wing. Lets it go. And Lee pulls it down. The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. He kicks to Conley. Green, the screen. Lee passes to Gasol. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Outside, Green. The pass to Parker. From 10 feet out, Grizzlies with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. There's the feed to Barnes. He dishes it to Green. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here is Aldridge. Second shot opportunity, and Duncan lays it in. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds. There's the dish to Barnes. Here's Gasol. Shot is no good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Leonard attacking. And Lee pulls it down.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Green. Again, the miss by Green. Spurs trail by 13. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Duncan kicks to Parker. 6 to shoot. Pass to Aldridge. Turn around Jay. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Aldridge has got 10 points in just the second half.
Timeout call for Memphis. Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now here's Lee. Conley dishes to Gasol. Baseline J on the way, and that one falls coming off Conley's feed. And that's now 18 points for Marc Gasol. Spurs trail by 13. Leonard with the screen on Conley. Double team on Parker. Pulls up on the wing. The Grizzlies pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. Conley kicks to Green. Back to Conley. There's the pick. Picked by Lee. And it's Conley penetrating. It's stolen by Duncan. Parker with it. Conley picks him up. Leonard with no one around. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Gasol a screen. Conley kicks to Green. Goes back up. No good from Gasol.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Now here's Conley. The turnaround jumper. And again, Memphis no good. Spurs trail by 13. Parker outside. Passes it to Aldridge. Can't get it to go. And Memphis the other way now. On the wing, Green. That three off the mark.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Leonard on the wing. There's Parker with the three. And Lee pulls it down.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Conley against Leonard. Outside Conley. 5 to shoot. A leaner. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Aldridge kicks to Parker. San Antonio again missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Barnes screen on Parker. Dishes to Barnes. A three ball. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Duncan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Memphis has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Feeds to Conley.
Blocking foul called on Tim Duncan. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-to-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. and then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
And Conley drops them both. Spurs trail by 15. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Personal foul.
And the Grizzlies leading by 15. Lee passes to Conley. And Gasol now top of the key. Green kicks to Gasol. San Antonio with the rebound.
You know, with Jeff Green, the one thing you can say about him is he's been durable, especially since he had the unforeseen heart issue in 2011 for which he needed season-ending surgery. Since then, over the past 3 full seasons, he's played in 81, 82, and 78 games.
Now Parker, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Parker dishes to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And that's now 21 points for Kawhi Leonard. Grizzlies shooting well. They're at 45%. Lee kicks to Randolph. Outside Conley. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Parker outside. Here's Aldridge. Randolph grabs the board. Randolph's got 11 rebounds in the game.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all. And guys, Courtney Lee, not the most flamboyant offensive threat, but he's a steady player at both ends of the floor. Makes threes at a high clip and competes defensively. One of those guys that you don't necessarily win because of, but you sure will win with.
First free throw is good. And Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, not usually a hotbed of NBA talent, but, you know, Clarkie's having a nice career.
He really is. I mean, playing big minutes for the Grizzlies, Kevin, and they really need his floor spacing and his hard-nosed, versatile defensive ability.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for Daniel Green. And both free throws good for Lee.
And, guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Allen's checked in for Memphis.
Checking in for the Grizzlies, Tony Allen.
Memphis on defense, and he gets it to go. And it's now 23 points for Kawhi Leonard. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know, the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but, you know, you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year, he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, 2 great free throw shooting guards.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And, boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Spurs trail by 16. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Green against Leonard. Lets it go with a three. Aldridge misses.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Kicks it to Allen. Outside Randolph. It's stolen by Duncan. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist by Parker. And it's 9 points for Ginobili.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. It's tipped. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Leonard with the ball. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Looking at the numbers for Ginobili, he has 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Throw good Ginobili.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah. You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Allen passes to Conley. He feeds it to Green. Randolph sets a screen for Conley. Green, the screen. Conley into the lane. Here's Gasol. And another miss by Memphis.
I think he's got to find another way to contribute, Kevin, besides looking to shoot the ball. I mean, he just can't get anything to bounce his way this quarter, so he's got to do other things.
Now, here's Parker. Parker double team. 5 to shoot. A 3 from Leonard, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for the Spurs. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Right side, Green. Back to Conley. Gasol a screen. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Allen. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen.
Timeout Spurs. Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up for the Spurs dance team.
.30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Aldridge. Duncan trying to break loose. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Parker.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And here are the Grizzlies now. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting from San Antonio, Jeff Green at the line for 2.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up to the Spurs dance team.
Here's Ginobili. Out left to the wing. Pass to Mills. The three. It's rebounded by Gasol.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Mark, it certainly seemed like you guys came out early on with a mindset to seize control of this game. Was that your plan?
Yes, and we started out that way, and that was limped away a little bit. So, we're learning, we're getting better, and, just a process.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Marc Gasol. He's racked up a double-double with points and rebounds tonight, and that made the difference. A terrific effort on both sides of the floor.
Well, Marc Gasol is right in the middle of the conversation about the best centers in the NBA. If you're talking strictly about defense, well, Gasol is the conversation. It's just not about D, as we saw tonight. He got tremendous offensive game as well. Did you see that turnaround? Woo!
There were a lot of things he did well tonight, but nothing topped what he was able to do on that glass. He exploded for 18 rebounds. This was all about sweat, strength, and energy. He battled hard for position on every single shot attempt and was always ready to pounce when the ball came near him.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.